and I work like a dog day and night, living off a coffee from a pot none of you want to touch.
Catherine only drank 1 cup of coffee. Her colleagues cast disapproving glances at her. The next day, a cup marked, "For use by people of color only," appeared on her desk. When she needed to use the restroom,
Sorry, I have no idea where your bathroom is.
yes, the restrooms in this building were only for white people. Catherine had to put on high heels to reach the restroom area for black employees to use. Due to her excellent calculation skills, she was transferred to NASA. She was responsible for calculating the key orbital data for an important manned mission. But as a black woman, she only encountered cold-hearted discrimination. There were deliberate obstacles everywhere. Colleagues blackened the key data on the documents and handed them to her. They claimed it was for security reasons. Although this measure seemed only aimed at Catherine, facing continuous discrimination, she worked with all her might. She never let herself slack off. The orbital data was changing every minute. She had to constantly update the calculation results. To save time, she went to the restroom. Even while continuing to work, she carried out the calculations. When the data was sorted out, she brought the page close to the light. She tried hard to identify the numbers under the ink. She firmly believed that determined people could succeed. However, when she handed over the results of her 7-hour work to the leader, he casually threw them into the trash can. He said the data was outdated. To avoid wasting time going to the restroom, she stopped drinking water. When she was sick, she still persisted in working, but fate was not kind to her. After 3 hours of complex calculations, Catherine eventually had to rush to the restroom. When she returned, a group of people were gathered in front of a blackboard. They were marveling at a groundbreaking formula. This caught the attention of her supervisor. When called to his office, she expected recognition. However, she faced cold-hearted accusations. The top of the key data was blacked out. How could you come up with this result unless you are a spy? Catherine's heart sank. She worked non-stop day and night. Not only was she not recognized, but now she was also suspected of betraying. She quickly explained, "If you bring the paper close to the light, the hidden numbers will appear." Her supervisor suspiciously placed a page under the light. Under the light, the deleted numbers were clearly visible. As the misunderstanding was clarified, he asked for her name. Catherine breathed a sigh of relief, but she didn't know that the real challenge had just begun. On a rainy day, she tightly held the documents, ran to the restroom, and returned wet all over. The colorful restroom had no soap or tissues. She dried her hands as much as possible. She hurriedly returned with the documents, fearing to waste even a second. But when she returned, she was still late. Her supervisor sternly asked, "Where did you go? Why do we need you? But you never sat at your desk." She explained that she was in the restroom. He roared, "We calculate the launch time of the rocket to the second precisely, but you wasted 40 minutes in the restroom every day." Hearing these words, Catherine finally broke down.
There are no colored bathrooms in this building or any building outside the West Campus, which is half a mile away. I have to walk to Timbuktu just to relieve myself. And I can't use one of the handy bikes. My uniform, skirt below my knees, my heels, and a simple string of pearls. Well, I don't own pearls. Lord knows you don't pay colors enough to afford pearls. And I work like a dog day and night, living off a coffee from a pot none of you